What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Wes B back with another video. In this video, I want to tell you guys why I've been using levelers over limiters lately in my mixes. So I won't be here long. A little short video. It's a particular plugin that I use as well. But if you want to go ahead and go to the end, see how the track sounds with and without the plugin on it, go right ahead and fast forward to the end of the video. But if you want to stick around and learn a little something, hey, by all means, go ahead and do that. Also, if you want to support me for free, hit that sub button, give a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Don't matter. I just need the engagement for the algorithm. Hit them links in the description below. Spotify, BeatStars, Bandcamp, All Profit Music Group, APMG the label. Support indie artists and indie labels. Now let's go ahead and get into it. So I've been using levelers instead of limiters and stuff on individual tracks and on the full master. Now I'm gonna zoom in real quick. On Mixbus 32C or in Mixbus in general, there's a compressor on every single track, including the master and including on the mix buses over here on the right. As you can see right here, it's not just a compressor though. It's a leveler, compressor, or limiter. It all depends on what you select. And the leveler is what I use on my vocals because when you throw a compressor or whatever on a sound, you're trying to control the volume basically. And a leveler does that and does it perfectly. I look at a leveler as a less aggressive compressor or limiter, and that's pretty much why I use it. It's very transparent. I mean, obviously in Mixbus it makes it easy to just use the the leveler is right there. But yeah, the leveler seems a bit more transparent. I can use the stock leveler on the master. I've heard that it does sound good on the master, but I opted to use this plugin right here, which is the Slate Digital FGX. And this is a great plugin to use. This is a great plugin to use. I messed up the focus on my phone. It's all right. Don't worry about it. Just listen to what I got to say. So with the FGX mastering processor, you have a attack and release knob on the compressor settings. You have your ratio, your threshold, you got your meter right here. There we go. That's a better picture. There we go. All right. So now you got your meter, your threshold, your ratio, your release and attack. And then at the bottom, you have your FG level, which is your leveler. And you got low punch detail knobs, which are going to control your transients, gain, and you got dynamic perception. Okay. Now I want to focus on low punch, detail, and dynamic perception. So let's go to the Slate Digital website real quick. And as you can see, we're already on dynamic perception. And boom, gotta focus it in. You know what I'm saying? But look, dynamic perception. Dynamic perception is a process that will simulate more dynamics in your mix, which can be helpful in the loudness process as dynamics are reduced. It's a very powerful control that can really help retain the original dynamics of your mix or even add a bit more. The only thing about the dynamic perception is that you have to be careful. You add too much, it's going to be clipping. It's going to start, well, for me personally, it gives me a headache. You know what I mean? If things get too bright or if things get too big, I instantly get a headache. So you got to be careful with a knob, with that dynamic perception knob. But let's also talk about the low punch and detail knob. Let me adjust my phone real quick. Let's try to focus in, make that picture a little better. There we go. So low punch can raise the level of the low end punch of the mix, like the kick drum level, for instance, while detail will raise the level of the high end punch, such as a snare drum. These controls are intended to be used to customize the amount of transient articulation in the final master. Again, you got to be careful with these knobs because you add too much, it'll get too bright. You just add too much. You'll know when you add too much. You start, for me, my head starts hurting. Like I said, you know what I'm saying. But look, yeah, the FGX mastering processor. Let's get back to Mixbus real quick. This mastering processor is a great mastering plugin. If you want to get away from using a limiter, you want to use a leveler, this is a good leveler to use. I'm pretty sure there's some other ones out there. Like I said, I only use 2 levelers the stock leveler in Mixbus and the FG level, which is included in the Slate Digital FGX mastering processor. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel like the leveler, I'm not saying it's better than a limiter or a compressor, but I'm just saying it's a bit more transparent, and you might find some great success or some good results with a leveler over a limiter or compressor in certain situations. All right, so here's a song from my latest EP. It's called Best in the State. EP is called Hungry for Money. Available across all streaming platforms right now. It's on Bandcamp as well. If you like it, go on there and purchase it. I'm going to play it without the FGX on it, and then I'm going to play it with it on there. All right, so check that out. If you like the video, sub to the channel. It's your boy West B. Hit those links, and I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Any means my nuts heavy, so when I walk a nigga be leaning. Sick with the flow, I've been a fucking demon since semen. Don't get caught up with these fools, these hoes and they lies. They'll do you greasy like a bag of Five Guy fries. I stay high, so these haters can't pull me under. No blunders, big guy, feeling like the eighth wonder. It's horror happening on the streets, it's like I'm on Shutter. Rap and produce, but engineering my bread and butter. So when I walk a nigga be leaning. Sick with the flow, I've been a fucking demon since semen. Don't get caught up with these fools, these hoes and they lies. They'll do you greasy like a bag of Five Guy fries. I stay high, so these haters can't pull me under. No blunders, big guy, feeling like the eighth wonder. It's horror happening on the streets, it's like I'm on Shutter. Rap and produce, but engineering my bread and butter. If you ain't got no type of